Hey, it's Jen, the Oregon Trail Gen X nerd here with an update on the Hunt for Ben Solo fan campaign, social media, and other varieties of reach. Haven't had an update since the end of January, so I wanted to let you know how we're doing. We have some very exciting updates for you. Let's start with the overall story, which I think is best told through our website, savebensolo.com. The long-term trend is up, which is fantastic. And in the months of February and March, probably a lot of that was driven by three big activities that were promoted in March, which you'll see in our other social media data. Those things that drove traffic to our website were probably the announcement that we are hosting a showing of The Last Jedi. Very exciting. In a movie theater down outside LA. So if you are a California resident or in reach of Southern California, let me encourage you to go. I cannot imagine how magical it's going to be in a movie theater full of Ben Solo fans who are, just thrilled to be there and thrilled to celebrate one of their favorite movie characters. So let me encourage you to go there. At the time I'm recording this, there are still a few tickets left. We'd love to totally pack that theater. And if you go on our social media, you'll see we've invited a special guest. We will be saving a seat for Mr. Josh tomorrow. And I believe we'll also be saving one for Ms. Dana Walden. So who knows if they'll come, but we have invited them. So please do, again, see if there are any tickets left if you're in reach of Southern California. Another thing that I think drew quite a bit of traffic to our website was our repost of Give This to Bob, which was a version of the Give This to Kevin meme from the Home Alone movies. As you probably are aware, Bob Iger retired again from Disney in mid-March, replaced by Josh D'Amaro and Dana Walden. And we wanted to wish Bob well. And I'll share the link to that video below. It's adorable. Let me encourage you to check it out if you haven't seen it. We also had a really good time at Toronto Comicon, introducing people to Ben here. We walked around with him, invited cosplayers to take photos. My favorite moment was we were actually done. It was 2 days that we were there. We were exhausted at the end of the second day. And we thought we'd gotten everybody, who was in a Star Wars costume. And then someone dressed as Luke from Return of the Jedi just ran up to us, as we were getting ready to leave too. And he's like, "Could I take a picture with you guys?" And of course, Purple Blue Stocking, who was dressed as Leia, and myself were like, "Yes, of course you can." So that was just kind of a magical moment that we were really excited, of course, to invite people to talk about Ben Solo, but people were actually also really excited to be in photographs with Purple Blue Stocking, who was dressed as sequel Leia, but also to be in photographs with Ben. So that was a pretty magical experience. If you go on the Instagram account for the campaign, you can find a summary of everything we did at Comicon as a highlight. I'll see if I can put that as a link in the chat box as well for you. And again, we're being noticed. So not just our website, but all of our social media. We've been noticed enough actually that we got mentioned in the playlist interview with Steven Soderbergh, which is published, or a part of that interview was published on April 8th. And the writer commented on us. Thanks, man. I'm not sure if he thought the way he kind of presented that interview would encourage us to discontinue the campaign. If that was something he was thinking, he's wrong. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. We're disappointed that Steven Soderbergh is out and doesn't intend to pursue the film anymore. But movies change directors all the time. And there are lots of other capable directors who could take this movie on. Of course, the look and feel will be different. That's just life. As far as the campaign's concerned, the only really, really hard to replace artist in a Hunt for Ben Solo movie would be Mr. Adam Driver. So if Mr. Adam Driver is not interested in reprising Ben Solo anymore, then that would be, kind of an issue for some of us in the campaign. But as far as we know, Adam's still in. So we're still in too. We're not going anywhere. So let's go on to Instagram, since I mentioned, that, for example, Toronto Comicon made a little bit of a splash there and probably drew some traffic to our website on top of those other things that were going on in March. So on Instagram, our top post has absolutely been about our showing of The Last Jedi, again, in a theater in the sort of suburbs of LA. On Sunday, April 26th, I will try to remember to include the link in the chat box, but if I forget, of course, it's on our website. Again, I think there's some tickets left as of the time that I'm recording. Highly recommend going to check it out. I mean, a theater full of people who love Ben. What could be better? So on Instagram, we've had 7,500 viewers. So that's unique viewers and 50,000 views. And 40% of those views were from non-followers, which to me is like, wow. So we managed to kind of like bust out of our bubble a little bit, because it's hard. It can be hard to kind of like get your word out beyond, the usual people who tend to see us. So very exciting. And that actually makes the web traffic make sense, because people saw our stuff and said, who are you? And kind of went and looked. But very glad to have our followers. Please don't misunderstand me. We have 537 followers, which is amazing. We added 76 followers in the last 30 days, because my data kind of runs from early March to early April. We're so glad you're here. Thanks so much for giving us a follow. Your likes, your comments are all meaningful, because we know that they're public and Disney can see them, and hopefully get the idea that there's still a significant audience of people out here who want to see this movie. And speaking of like people checking us out and asking, who are you? Over 800 people looked at our profile and said, who are you guys? I love that. There's been this idea, I think, which has mostly died down now, that, this is I forget what it's called, but a astroturfing campaign, that we're not real people, that we're paid by Disney to do this. I wish. That would be great. I would send them my bill for the hotel room from Toronto. Toronto hotels are brutal. But no, we do this out of the goodness of our hearts. And that's one of the reasons I kept Ben, because he was not cheap, let me tell you. Going on to other social media platforms, TikTok is a very popular platform for us. And our most popular TikTok post has been our Give This to Bob or Give This to Kevin. Happy retirement to Bob Iger wish. Wishing him well. It's retirement's exciting, and we're glad that he has the opportunity to do that. And we also, of course, wish Mr. DeMauro and Ms. Walden very well as they step into the leadership at Disney. But that post on TikTok actually led to a number of new followers on the account, and we're really happy to have you here. So thanks so much for following us on TikTok. Blue Sky is up to 254 followers as of the last time I checked. Blue Sky is a cool place. And if you're a Twitter or X or whatever it's called user, but you're maybe interested in a different kind of vibe, maybe check us out on Blue Sky. It does seem to function reasonably similarly. And but the user base is significantly different from what I hear. So do feel free to check us out there. On Tumblr, we are up to 37 users, which is up from 24 at the end of January. So again, on whatever platform we're talking about, website, social media, the momentum is up. It's not that the interest in the Hunt for Ben Solo movie is going down. It's actually going up. And our top post on Tumblr was, of course, the lovely photo we took with Mr. Carey Elwes at Toronto Comicon. I will try to find that picture on Instagram if I can and link it in the box below. Mr. Elwes said he had never before been asked to pose with a cutout. So we were very happy to provide him with a first. And he was very gracious about it. Even though I was just there as a Ben Wrangler, he even shook my hand. So highly recommend, if you ever have the chance to do an autograph with Carey Elwes, definitely encourage you to take that opportunity up. He was delightful. Reddit, I'm still so proud of Reddit, because like Twitter, Reddit can be a tough place to be visible. And what I love is that we have had to remove less than a dozen posts and less than a dozen comments that just didn't meet our standard for, kindness. We're happy to agree to disagree. That's fine. Things just can't be rude. And so, otherwise, except for those, again, handful of things, there are hundreds of posts and hundreds of comments that have expressed interest or want to debate a little bit or have expressed love for our boy Ben Solo, which is amazing. We are up to an average of 481 daily unique users from 314 at the end of January. Wow. Which to me sounds amazing, because the subreddit only came into existence in like mid to late November. For folks who don't know, you have to generate enough interest in order to get a subreddit. And I think we accomplished it in only 2 or 3 weeks, which I thought was also pretty good. But it's only been there a few months and we're already up to almost 500 daily users, which is amazing. We're also up to 465 members on Reddit. You could be number 466. Let me encourage you to go see what we've got going on there. Speaking of building communities, though, let me share a little bit about Discord. We're up to almost 300 members in our Discord community, which is kind of the place where we do a lot of our organizing and our planning. That's where we kind of share our ideas about what might be fun. We do some stuff that's also just internal to us. It's where we plot the watch parties. And the next one that's coming up is the report on April 18th. After that, preview, drum roll. We are doing a sequel movie marathon on the weekend leading up to May the 4th. So watch for that promotion as soon as the report watch party has passed. But it's a wonderful place. Again, we agree to disagree. We try to be kind to each other. We know we have a reputation for positivity. Daisy Ridley is aware of us and knows at least public facing. We have a reputation for being kind. And we try to do that internally as well. We kind of check each other gently and remind each other about the goal that this is supposed to be a positive fan campaign. We're not trying to... we don't have to hurt anyone else's feelings in order to get the movie that we want, is sort of the attitude. So please do consider checking us out on Discord. We're a lot of fun, and we always welcome ideas. So speaking of ideas, I ended up on Discord because I was like, hey, somebody should start mapping these missing posters, because of course the hallmark of the fan campaign is the missing posters campaign. I was like, hey, somebody should plot those on a Google map. And somebody reached back to me and said, great, it's your job. So come join us on Discord. So here I am. So we're so excited to announce that on our global map, through the hard work of a couple of really dedicated, global Ben Solo fans, that we have achieved our medium-term goal of having a photo of a missing poster on every inhabited continent on planet Earth. Woohoo! Very exciting. It took some doing. Had to leverage some relationships, forge some new relationships, but we got the word to every inhabited corner of planet Earth, and we are very excited about that. So the hunt for Ben Solo is now truly global. Please continue to add your missing posters, though, because of course we'd love to see, we now have breadth. Now we'd like to see depth, in where the missing posters are located. We'd love to be able to say that we've looked for him truly everywhere. And again, all of these things kind of tell Disney that there are people who want to see a Ben Solo movie all over the place. And if that doesn't catch their marketing team's attention, we'll keep working on other things. Again, like the watch parties, like the showing of The Last Jedi. We're looking forward to supporting, or at least I'll say I'm looking forward to supporting the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, because I firmly believe that Star Wars movies canon should be profitable, and I really want to see Disney continue to make more of them, including, of course, The Hunt for Ben Solo. So until next time, it's awesome to see you here. Please consider following us on one or more of our social media outlets, and hopefully I'll catch you at a watch party sometime soon.